Hello and welcome to First Impressions Relay, a revolutionary show where, as the name implies, I share my thoughts and first impressions on numerous games that I've recently played and that I feel you, the audience, should give a shot. I also feel that a spoiler warning is in order, since though this is meant for my first impressions, one game in particular I will be showing late game footage of, as I feel it best represents the message that I'm trying to convey. So without further ado, the first game I'd like to discuss is Pikuniku, and no, that's not a Pokemon. In Pikuniku, you're an outcast on an island and must converse with the island's inhabitants to try and bring an end to a giant
corporate scheme.
Along your 2D platforming adventure, you'll be solving puzzles and following objectives, all whilst listening to some
heavy bops.
This game is stuffed with charm and has great dialogue around every corner. I found myself looking for NPCs because of how genuinely funny the writing is. From what I can tell, if you like playing lighthearted story-driven games with very light platforming challenges and a charming cast of characters, then Pikuniku is a must-have in your collection. Now for the next game, Sonic Adventure. When I first booted this game up and watched the intro, I thought I was watching the opening to a science documentary shown for educational purposes. Once the intro picked up, however...
Hype.
Oh my goodness, they got Tails in this game. That's it. I cannot believe it. They got Tails. That's like putting Tails in a Sonic.
Is that Amy? That's Pink
literally
Sonic.
The exact same.
So
as like
let
putting
me
chicken on a sandwich.
Sonic
Like, you know,
Tails?
you don't just
They
put
got a
chicken on a
robot in this
sandwich, you know? It's like,
Hey, yo, that's
don't
my
just
boy
put
Knuckles,
Tails on
you know?
it.
Knuckles,
Okay,
Knuckles,
what's
Knuckles,
happening?
Knuckles,
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 Sonic,
Knuckles,
meow, meow,
Knuckles,
Sonic,
Sonic, Sonic's in this
Sonic.
game.
Wait,
what?
Meow, meow.
That is a curveball. That Sega just blew out.
So, yeah, I enjoyed the, intro. In all seriousness though, my thoughts on Sonic Adventure are complicated to say the least. But since this is just my first impressions, I will say that if you like platformers with very fun movement options that offer numerous bonus activities besides 3D platforming and have super ultra good music, then this may be the game for you. Still though, if that applies to you, know that Sonic Adventure is lacking some, or as others would say, a lot of polish. Plain and simple, there is a lot of jank that will most certainly mess with the flow of the game. But if you can get past these moments of jank, then no doubt you'll enjoy your time with Sonic Adventure. Moving right along, we have Baba Is You. This game is a top-down puzzler where you play as Rock and Wall.
That fun!
I find myself playing this brain teaser for short periods of time, with each session starting with me clearing a level thanks to a fresh mind, but ending with me being stumped on the next level thanks to a worn out mind. However, I don't mind this, since it's nice that a game can provide me with a feeling of reward and challenge each day. The goal of each level is for you to navigate through a maze, whilst also moving around blocks that dictate the rules of the aforementioned level, which should hopefully result in you successfully reaching the win condition, whatever that may be. If you play the game, you'll know what I'm talking about. In simpler terms, certain levels may not have you reach a flag to win, but a rock or a wall. Why a rock or a wall? Because those are the only blocks you have access to in the maze.
Simple, right?
So if you're a fan of addictive games that encourage you to mess with their main mechanics, then look no further than Baba Is You. Last but not least on this episode of First Impressions Relay, I'd like to talk about yet another puzzler, Conduct Together. I'm not sure if this game is still on sale, but the main draw to this game is the fact that it's 1 cent on the Switch's eShop. Don't let that price fool you though, this game is not shovelware. It is purely a puzzle game where your goal is to conduct multiple trains at the same time in order to safely transport passengers, whilst also doing so under a time limit as you move through different worlds. In order to conduct these trains, you must change the train tracks by pressing the corresponding button on the D-pad to the track that you'd like to change. As seen in the title, a big part of this game's fun is the ability to play this game with a friend. The multiplayer can be very hectic at times, but once you've stopped the goof and are in the zone, Conduct Together does not stand a chance. Of course, the ability to slow down time also helps. But anyways, please do yourself a favor and pick this cheap gem of a game up. So, overall, I'd say all of the games looked at in this video are at least great. Although some were really great. Nonetheless, I had a blast playing all of these games, and I want to thank you for joining me on this episode of First Impressions Relay. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this new kind of video series and want to see more, let me know down in the comments. If you want to support my channel, then Piku that subscribe button, Niku that thumbs up, and yeah, I've been Jup, and I'll catch you guys next time.